I would like to ask the Honorable Minister through you, so what is the performance of the major ports in the country, especially Mumbai and JNPT? Is there any future plan for the development? Are there any norms to be followed for the development? So this is my question.
Thank you.
So the port traffic in our country has come down a little bit in the last year, largely because of the ban on iron ore mining, largely due to a bit of a global recession. But we are expanding capacity. We have a very ambitious plan in our Maritime Agenda 2020, where we have about 750 million tons of capacity in our major ports today, and we are seeking to double that by the year 2019-20. But broadly, the port sector, which is the global norm, they should work at a capacity utilization of about 70%. You need to keep a buffer of about 30% to allow for turnaround time, and we are maintaining that average. Different ports have different averages. Some have very high capacity utilization rates, some have lower rates, but on average, our ports are performing quite well, and we in the ministry are monitoring not just their capacity utilization, but also their efficiency parameters like turnaround time and pre-berth detention.
Second question.
Talked about Bombay port, development about it.
So as far as Mumbai and JNPT port are concerned, these are the two major ports in Maharashtra. Both are functioning at very high capacity utilization levels. Mumbai Port Trust is functioning at 130% capacity utilization levels. JNPT is at about 97%, both of which are not very good. Mumbai Port Trust is largely a POL port, which is a petroleum oil lubricants ports. But we are considerably augmenting capacity in both these ports. In Mumbai Port Trust, for example, as more and more cargo is getting containerized, we are in the process of developing an offshore container terminal. We are also working very well with the railways for the evacuation of that cargo. And as far as JNPT is concerned, which is India's largest container handling port, it has a throughput of about 65 million tons per year. We are just in the process of awarding the 4th container terminal, which alone will double JNPT's capacity by another 60 million tons per annum. So I would assure the member that both these ports are in Maharashtra. I also come from Maharashtra, and that we are ensuring that the West Coast region also, and these two ports in particular, get their capacity augmented.
Thank you. Second question.
Supplementary is this. Sir, the record shows that the cargo handled by the major ports has gone down over the years. What are the reasons, and how you are going to increase the cargo?
Thank you.
I already replied to that earlier, that the cargo has come down a bit in the last year. It's come down overall in all our major ports by about 2%. The main factors for that is the Supreme Court ban on iron ore mining. That's affected some of our ports quite adversely, ports like Mormugao Port in Goa, Chennai, Ennore and Vizag, but also the global recession. But we are encouraging these ports the ports that are severely affected, to look at alternative sources of cargo. And most of these ports, including Goa and Chennai and others, are doing quite well in that regard.
Shri Baisha.
Sir, thank you very much, sir. The port route connectivity and port railway connectivity is a main hurdle for the development of the northeastern region. There is two major ports in Assam, sir. Pandu port is the hub of the northeastern region, and Dhubri port, which have a better connectivity neighboring country Bangladesh and other Asian countries, sir. According to reply given by the Honorable Minister, his ministry is going to invest near about the 12,000 crores for the modernization and development of the port. I want to know from Honorable Minister, how many money was allotted last 3 years for the development of the Pandu port and Dhubri port, and what is the progress of Pandu and Dhubri port?
So the honourable member has spoken about are not major ports. They don't come under the government of India, so the question doesn't arise. But the member would be happy to know that we have just passed in the Rajya Sabha the Inland Waterways Bill 6, which is to
1 minute.
The
You have
ports
asked your
unfortunately
question.
don't come under our ministry. They are part of the
All
state
right,
government
okay.
and private ports. But
Please.
Dhubri Port, they have allotted some money from Government of India. It is earlier question they have said for the development of the Dhubri Port.
Please,
Government of India has
Bhatia,
given
please.
money, sir. What is
Mr.
the
Bhatia,
progress of the
please,
Dhubri Port?
please.
I want to know, sir.
so as I
Mr.
said, sir, there's no major port in Assam.
Right. Shri Bandyopadhyay.
Sir, Calcutta and Haldia are the two major outlets for the entire northeast and Bengal and a part of Assam. Now it looks both of these ports are suffering because of the problem of sandbars in the river Hooghly. Now, will the minister be pleased to state what are they doing for increasing the navigability of the river Hooghly to Calcutta and Haldia, which is the most important outlet for the all export and import in this area?
Sir, the Kolkata port is very well connected to some of our national waterways, specifically National Waterway 1 and National Waterway 2. The member is right that the Hooghly River, there is a lot of siltation and it's the only riverine port in our country. But I would like to tell the member that the government of India and the Ministry of Shipping in particular gives a subsidy of about 350 crores of maintenance dredging to maintain this river, to make it navigable. I would also like to tell the honorable member that the Ministry of Shipping has just agreed to build one of its new major ports in West Bengal, which will be at Sagar Island.
Thank you, Shri Rupala.